Nnamdi Kanu cannot be released for now. Not because we hate the Igbos. No. Because there are oil wells that belong to the north that are in Niger Delta. And Nnamdi Kanu's release may eventually give the rights for a separate country. Nigeria cannot be divided, must not be divided, and the third is the fact that Nigeria's unity favors the north in this country. Now, I don't see something on your screen there which says the oil well like 23 belongs to the Sultan of Sokoto. According to this Igbo word, that's the source of the news. It's been alleged that 23 oil wells been alleged belongs to the Sultan of Sokoto in the Niger Delta. Now, we saw arguments this lovely time. The Biafra Civil War, was it because of one Nigeria or because of the oil? We saw different arguments. And again, assuming the oil belongs to the north, will there still be one Nigeria? Will people still be talking about unity or no unity? Because the north, their resources is being used for only them. But let me tell my viewers, if you're watching for the first time, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments, click the like button, and share this video. As you are watching, be liking, be sharing, and also drop your comments, on notifications, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Biafran Evangelist. Now, the Kanu may not be released anytime soon because there are many oil wells that belong to the north, but it's in the Niger Delta. And its release may be a threat to the north in Nigeria. Let's start from here. What do you have to say?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remain one and the only Benjamin Johnson, Snachi, aka Biafran Evangelist, and I will continue to speak the truth. My beloved brother, your question, you say that they will not like to release Nnamdi Kanu because of the 23 oil well in Niger Delta, their own 23 oil well. Please, I want to know that oil well, did you carry it from the north down to Niger Delta? Or is it the oil that is in Niger Delta that you went and claimed? The oil well that is in Niger Delta, you went and claimed it. Or you carry oil well from north and travel to east and draw and plant it there. Please, I want to know. Make me to understand Sultan of Sokoto. You say you will not free Nnamdi Kanu, that you will not allow Nnamdi Kanu to gain his freedom because of your oil well. So the oil well now is more preferable and more important to you than the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. There is something I want you to understand. That the oil well you are talking about to turn the Babogeba. Are you hearing me? Chineke kpogo kweba. So ndo Nnamdi Kanu. Ndo Nnamdi Kanu. Enwere ihe matara. Abi unu filuzri na animano na oil well. Bihe ku unu mkpa karịa Nnamdi Kanu. N'ihi na unu enweghị onye dị ka ya na generation unu. Nsogbu anọ. Man, there is something I want to tell every one of you, Sultan of Sokoto and co. Whether you be Sultan of Sudan, I don't care to know, but I want to tell you this message. That nothing shall stop the releasing and the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. Not even you, Sultan of Sokoto. Because the God Almighty have heard the cry of Nnamdi Kanu. God Almighty, Chukwu Kikabia Manone Kuranya Zaganya Kwainepe. Akwanebe no totuwe ude naso na ibani arịrịọ narịọ Chineke oge ọbụla amara m n'oge o megia Jehova ekuniena onye nwe m ekuniena ibu agha and oge buso Nigeria agha. I'm using this opportunity to warn Nigeria. Sultan of Sokoto, I'm warning you. Hear me and hear me clearly. The hour has come. The hour has come. If you do not free Nnamdi Kanu, you will be, in fact, you yourself will go as others they go. Yes, you will go as others. You go sleep, you no go wake up. You will become a news, a yesterday story like others. I am telling you, how dare you? Your generation produce somebody like Nnamdi Kanu? You prefer oil well than the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu must be free. I repeat again, Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Oil well cannot stop it. Your oil well cannot stop it because you never own any oil well. Your papa name na oil. Say your mama name na where they owe oil well. And they ask you, Sultan of Sokoto. Sultan of Sokoto, I want to ask again, the oil. When did you generate your generation generate oil? On which soil does the oil grow or come up or spring up? I'm asking Sultan of Sokoto. You have 23 oil well. Because of that, Nnamdi Kanu will not gain freedom. Okay, make it from Nanya.
But the question is the fact that why are they not having oil well in the Niger Delta? But how many Igbo men of the Niger Delta have gold mining sites in Zamfara? That's the question in this case.
Yeah, the question is this. You shouldn't ask me. You should have asked all those Igbo politicians in the Furefu. You should have asked them. You should have asked those ones in Delta that come from Niger Delta telling you we are not Biafra. How many of them own mining gold in the north? Not even when Jonathan was a president, Jonathan could not lay hand on that mining gold. Neither did Jonathan own any company. Are you hearing me? Did Jonathan have any? But what God has blessed Jonathan family with in the land of Jonathan is what one person is having 23 oil well. And what of them? Because many of them owns this like that differently. But no Niger Delta man own mining gold in the north. What a shame. To those that are claiming they are not Igbo, but you come from Delta. Those that are claiming not to Biafra, but the Fulanis are controlling the resources that come from your father, your mama land. What a shame. And you cannot say anything. Somebody come into your own land. You saying that you are not Biafra, don't you see that you are your ancestral powers, your ancestors, your great-great-great-great-grandfathers? They are ashamed of you. They are highly disappointed in you for saying that you are not Biafra, because during their own days, Fulanis could not lay hand, neither lay hold of those resources under their watch when they are alive. And now that they leave it for you, you cannot maintain it. What a shame to you. You that from Niger Delta, and you are claiming you are not Biafra. Then the Fulanis coming there to own oil where you don't have any gold mine in the north. And you still have the boldness to say I am not Biafra. I prefer Fulani. Continue that they kill you, they rape a woman. Then go very soon, then go they sleep with your mama in your front to say you don't go fit do anything. When Nnamdi Kanu was saying all this, you people believe it? You people do not believe it, but it's happening today. They are raping your women, killing them in the farm, destroying your farm crops, creating poverty in your own farmland, in your homeland, forcing you to be under whipping state, waiting for government that does not exist, waiting for government to come and intervene, government that is not in existence, government that is not in reality, government that did not send you message, government that don't care about you. That's the government you are looking and waiting for. Look at Benue. Otomi during his time, he said that his son are tired. I don't know when Benueans will wake up from their slumber. Are you waiting for me to come and fight for you? government no send you message, you don't have government. You wake up, take the bull by the horn, fight for what belongs to you, and fight for your rights.
What are you talking about aside the Kubo? To people that are managing the pipeline, people are saying that you have oil, they only give you pipeline to manage. What can you say about them? Can they, for example, we saw even person like Wike said, I'm not an Igbo person. Wike said, I'm not Igbo. I'm from South or Niger Delta. Aside the Kubo who said he doesn't want to see Biafra. What these kind of people that are in that place, what can you say about them?
That is why I said, Habunde Furefu. Nde Furefu, in a sense that under your watch, when your great-great-great-grandfathers, the ancestors, the generation before your own generation, when they were in existence, Fulani could not control the oil well. But under your own watch and your own generation, I'm talking about people like Asari Dokubo and co. Under your very watch, Fulanis are controlling oil well. How many do you don't have any? The mining of the gold, how many do you have, Asari Dokubo? You don't have. See, I believe your ancestors, then go they cry, then go they regret where they did. Because you did not do what you're supposed to do. The things that they committed in your hand, look at the way you lose guard to the enemies. Total strangers have taken up as occupied, and you are there claiming you are not a Biafra, as if Biafra is your problem, as if Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, is your problem. Look at the Fulanis. Oh, you know you well. How many Asari Dokubo? How many of you where did you have? This is a question I drop on this platform. Asari Dokubo, I am waiting for your answer.
Our viewers, like and share, drop your comments. Biafra Emergency is asking a question. He said, how many oil wells do
Asari Dokubo have in Niger Delta?
Which is a region?
Which is
where oil is coming from?
Where oil is coming from? And how many mining gold combined? These are the people IBB have never come to declare his own. El-Rufai has never declared his own. Even Alhaji Atiku Abubakar have not declared his own. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have not declared his own. Leti Buhari have never declared his own. Abacha own is still there. How many will I mention? Please, how many will I mention? The oil well in Niger Delta. How many Niger Delta own a pot or a piece of land of gold in the north? But the Biafrans, the Igbos are your problem. I will not allow Nigeria to be divided, say Sultan or Sokoto, because of the 23 oil well. Please, you say the oil is God's blessing. On whose land? The gold that you are managing and the thing that you are managing in the north, is it a Satan blessing or the northern or Usmanda Fodio blessing in the north, that Nigeria is not permitted or not allowed to lay hand on it, or no other person in Niger Delta or in Biafra land that have the same equal rights to have access to those goods?
That did not own this country.
My beloved brother, that is the area I am pointing. Thank God you throw this question. So you see why the northerners are claiming. You see why they are killing you, even in your land where God has blessed you with it. Because of what God has blessed you with, that is why they are killing you, so that they will have upper hand, more access to what God has blessed you with. But you don't have access to what God has blessed Nigeria equally with gold and thing in their own side. Then who is a fool here? And who is wise? The northerners are claiming to be wise. In case you don't know, they are proving to you that they are more wiser than you. They are claiming to you now that they own this country called Nigeria. They are trying to tell you that they run the affairs of the nation, that you, even Niger Delta, that you don't have a say. a total stranger, or one person 23 oil well. You as an indigen of Niger Delta, how many oil well do you control? In your own land, in your own ancestral land, how many oil well did you have? That is the question I put to you, and I needed an answer. Please, in a comment section, if you are a Niger Delta person, please interact with me. I want us to communicate. I want us to talk. This is the time that you people need to wake up from your slumbers. You see why Niger Delta, the oil in the east, you people are saying is because of the oil. That is why Igbos are fighting for Biafra. You want to, Baba, there is an oil in Imo State too. There is an oil in Abia State too. There is an oil in Igbo land. We are not looking for your oil, but what we want is justice and equity, and that is what we are fighting for. And that is why, let me tell you, we need everybody to be balanced. Biafran evangelist is speaking. Biafran evangelist is educating. Biafran evangelist is lighting people up. Please share this interview, share this ideology, share, just like. There is a need. I want you to comment regard to this. You see why? Because of what is in Niger Delta, the Northerners are fighting. They don't want Nigeria to divide because of the oil. And if not for that oil block that they owe in Niger Delta, which means they would have allowed Nigeria to divide. That is what it means. If not for the oil, they would have allowed Nigeria to divide, as they say. But since there is an oil, so when it comes to oil, it's a national cake. But when it comes to the to gold, it becomes a personal northern things. Niger Delta doesn't have rights over gold. Niger Delta doesn't have, citizen indigenous doesn't have rights over the 10 that is in the north.
And we saw a man from Niger Delta, an Urhobo man. He told you, the Igbos, that you are only claiming that Biafra, all this region is Biafra because of the oil in their region. That Niger Delta is no longer Biafra. I saw Governor Wike also denied that I'm not an Igbo person, no. Igbo should stop calling Niger Delta Biafra. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, my beloved brother. People like Wike, I put it to Wike, likewise I put it to that man that said, because of the oil that Igbos are talking about, joining them to be old eastern region. I ask a question and I want to ask again. How many of you from Niger Delta, how many of you own oil well, even in your own states? Wike that is talking, that is claiming that is not a Biafra, is it not the same Wike who rose up against his own colleague, partner, against his own brother? Was it not Wike that invited and instigated Bola Ahmed Tinubu for state of emergency in Rivers State? So if somebody like Wike, yes, some Wike name make a statement, is it that kind of person that you should listen to? No, I'm asking, and I am putting it to the same man that said this because of the oil. That is why Igbos. That is why I put this question. How many of you own oil well in Niger Delta? Sultan of Sokoto own 23. How many of you own 10? How many of you own 15? How many own 1? Including the man that said that oil well, because of that, the oil in Niger Delta is what Igbos is after. Let me tell you, Igbo people, there is something I want you to understand about the Igbo people. Igbo people, the Biafrans are in the whole wide world, are industrious people. They are not lazy people. And they are very, very creative, and they are very, very educative, and they are very, very mentally structured and what? Developmental. In Biafra, the Biafrans are the people, they make nothing. They make something out of nothing. You can take a look of what happened during the war. How did they come to manufacture Ogbuniwe? In every aspect of life, you can see today, they call it Aba made. You see that the Aba made we are talking about is what is reigning in Nigeria today. It's from Igbo ideology. Igbo developmental methodology. If you talk of materials today, Igbos produces. So you cannot say that because of your oil, that is what make Igbos fighting for Biafra. No. Keep the oil. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have already said that. But you will still see us, you know, fly high. Look at people like China, please. Do the China have oil? Are they not prospering? Are they not doing well? Are they not performing? The Biafrans will perform more than oil. Oil is not the major target. And moreover, yes, on weekend and co. Ndeko Wehanjo. You that said that you are not Biafra, I am not surprised. The one that you claimed as your brother, how do you treat him? You sold him off as a slave to a total stranger. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he declared state of emergency in Rivers State out of your own selfish interest, out of your own greediness. I don't think that the Ijos will be boldly come out, original Ijo man or a quarrel man will be boldly come out today with the current situation of things in Nigeria today and say that it's not in support of Biafra, neither is he not a Biafran. Or he will come out today and deny us, or deny Biafra, or deny his people. Go and check your ancestral source for you to know where you come from before you begin to deny yourself. The day shall come when the likeness of this man and Wike will come out and still do what? And still tell you that they are sorry for not telling you the truth.
Now, what is the way forward? The British have told you Nigeria must never be allowed to be divided. What do you think is the way forward?
The way forward, first and foremost, I want to address that side. Nigeria is not divided. But what the Biafrans is talking about, or what they are fighting for, is to separate themselves from Nigeria. That's just the fact. And that is the game we are playing. We are not dividing Nigeria. We only want to exit from Nigeria. The reason is this. There was no mutual agreement of being together as one Nigeria. No concept of the Biafrans was six. Neither did there any permission or any agreement reached regard to one Nigeria. And moreover, what is the meaning of Nigeria? Does it have meaning? Maybe I don't know in Fulanese, because I'm not a Fulani man, but in Igbo land, in Igbo language, Nigeria means nothing. I don't know, maybe it has meaning in Yoruba land that makes Fulanis and Yoruba be running the affairs of Nigeria. Because in Igbo language, Nigeria means nothing. Of international criminal of justice. You understand? Regard to the illegality of the justice going on against Amonekpa and Nnamdi Kanu here in Nigeria, which at the same time, as I speak to you, because of what is going on now, you agree with me that the Nigerian judiciary is facing serious sanction from the United States of America, as I speak to you. And as I speak to you again, that the Legrigo, what is it called, from Brazil, have faced a serious sanction, one of the judge in Brazil, regard to this. And Finnish government too is facing a sanction again from Russia and from Norway, because of what? This mismanagement of fundamental persons' rights in regard to Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa in Finnish government. So far so good. As I speak to you, Nnamdi Kanu, because the heat that Nigeria is getting, Omotosho will tell you, the kind of heat that Nigeria is getting because of this violation of Nnamdi Kanu rights is not here. So Nnamdi Kanu will definitely regain his freedom. And he regaining his freedom, in other hand, is coming to regain Biafra from Nigeria. While Nigeria will continue their coexistence with the Yoruba, with the Oduduwa. Because so far so good, who is in power that you are submitting a letter of Oduduwa nation? No be a Yoruba man there in power. After Fulani come up for power, no be Yoruba man there. So what are you trying to say? You want to come up for waiting? If you want to, was it not the part of what Ojukwu there go on? go and declare Oduduwa nation so that we declare Biafra, which what is it called? Awolowo, yes, which Awolowo refuse because of selfish interest. After all, now that is why Yorubas are saying they are the one gaining. Igbos are not gaining. After all, after Fulani, Yoruba goes there. So why is this submitting a letter? So it's of no use.
But now, we must look at this possible angle here. The UK is against further division of this country. Like they told Sunday, go back home and make your country work.
But they did not tell us like that.
The question is, what do you think the Igbo should do to convince the UK of fighting for the case of Nnamdi Kanu, because he's a UK citizen and is supposed not to stay in that place for a long time. Somebody said that assuming Nnamdi Kanu to be a white British man, there is no way they will allow Buhari's government to kidnap him.
Yes, my brother, there is something I want to say, and I will always have something to say. See, this UK of a thing that you people are talking about, Igbos don't need to beg the UK. We are not owing them any apology. They are the ones that will later, at the end of their life, that will come to apologize to Biafrans for the evil perpetrating they have perpetrated in Igbo land, using Nigeria to achieve. The other, that was this year now, that they cut to some of them, dropping hands for the Fulanis in Igbo land's bush. And with a passport, to UK passport. Was it not UK? So don't worry. We don't need to beg UK for our freedom, because UK never seek for our concept to join to merge us together. We'll give them the concept of being together. We don't want to be together. They do not seek our concept. We don't need them for us to be free. We must be free, whether UK like it or not. We don't have business with UK. To hell with the UK. To hell with their parliament. They have shown us the red card by not paying attention, by not attending to the case of Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm using this opportunity to say who to the Igbos, the Biafrans that believe that UK have any help to them, or that they are running, those that are seeking for visa. You look a country that you will seek for a visa, it now become a UK, a useless country. We don't need them. Nnamdi Kanu, the passport of UK is going to, you have already tore it. You understand? UK is not worthy of being a citizen of their country. They are not worthy of having somebody like Nnamdi Kanu as their citizen. They should be happy that somebody like Nnamdi Kanu look finish. The country want to claim to be a citizen. It can't be useless UK. They should even appreciate Nnamdi Kanu for claiming UK as his country, as his place.
Now, let's look at this other possible.
I should be grateful to Nnamdi Kanu.
During the Civil War, it's been said that the UK government supported the Nigerian government alongside some other major countries. What is so special about Nigeria that the colonialists refuse to remove their hand from our nation?
Good. It's a good question. The thing that is so special here is this. UK is regretting of giving Nigeria partial independence. And why they are regretting, and that is why they are not happy with the Biafrans, because the people that demanded for the freedom of Nigeria were the Biafrans. And why they impartially gave this independence was as a result of unknown to them that even this oil will keep flowing up to this very moment. Because had they been there, no, they will not give Nigeria independence, this partial independence, to this very date. And they want to give the independence. They signed a document with the fools. I call them fools because they are Fulanis. So they signed an agreement with them. And that is what is playing today. Certain 60 to 65% of Nigerian oil. There was a time in this country that a ship, they call it a huge, about how many kilometers the container, it's only them that know what the kilometer of it, the worth of the kg, that they suck. A vessel sucked from Nigerian ports here, heading without the concept of the government, without any distance from Niger Delta, is heading to Europe. You remember, which they later trace it based on information that they got, and they say they recover, which I am not sure if truly they recover, which at the end of the day, we now realize that some military personnel are involved in that vessel as at that time. You remember? So the UK is getting a lot in Nigeria. That's why they use the a schemic statement to call one Nigeria, to place it upon Nigeria, to continue sucking them and scamming them. One Nigeria. You understand? Sucking our oil, our resources, indirectly up to this very moment. You see why they will not allow Nigeria to divide. But on this note, I am not telling UK to divide Nigeria. Neither am I telling Nigeria to divide. But what I am saying here is very, very straightforward. And that is what Nnamdi is asking of. It's very, very clean and plain. And what is that? Biafra, Igbos go. Nigeria should continue. After all, Nigeria is Yoruba and the Fulanis. I let them continue. Igbos should want to go. So we are not dividing Nigeria. There is a difference between dividing a country and being separating yourself from the country. It's two different things. So Igbos want to separate themselves from the criminal terrorist nation called Nigeria. Are you getting it? So let Nigeria continue their own way. We, Biafrans, want to do what? Separate ourselves, and that is what we are fighting for.
Now, but we saw Dave Umahi, who said that the president is ready to negotiate the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Dave Umahi said that in July.